Ahoy gamers and welcome back to Path of Exile as we play through as a hardcore solo Self Found Ruthless character today, and we've decided to go for the Templar. This class is really fun, really tanky and does a lot of damage. We start off this episode by taking on Brutus. It's quite a tough fight. By the time we get to Bevail, we decide to switch our build out to go for some minions via the skill Absolution. Really strong build, and it manages to carry us all the way through into Act 2. So without further ado, let's jump straight on in. And here we are, we're back as a hardcore solo Self Found Ruthless character as a Templar. At the end of last episode, we obviously died in our shadow, so we're going to continue as a Templar. I said we'll rejoin when we get to Mervale, but Brutus is quite a tough fight. So you see us here, we are obviously against Brutus. We're focusing on having the totems up. So totems should be able to do a load of damage, and we can just hold down right click with Glacial Hammer and hope that we can freeze Brutus. Just want to move around a little bit here. That's the big attack we want to avoid. We don't mind any of the other ones. They're not that dangerous, to be honest. It's when he hits the floor and he creates a shockwave. Kind of want to avoid like this move, right? Not that move. It's the shockwave move because it has a load of barbs that follow him. That one there, loads of barbs come behind the shockwave. But we want to keep just bonking him down. I'll show you what build I've got in a minute once he's down. Once we've taken on Brutus, we'll just jump back in when we get to Mervale, like I promised. But Brutus will be the deciding factor of whether we can actually get through Act 1. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. We have been doing a lot of farming. So we've been doing farming in, I think it was the Ledge. We did a bit of farming him. And we got ourselves some okayish gear. Oh, got an upgrade here. New upgraded weapon, which is quite nice. And any spare gold we've been getting, we've been spending it in the gamble shop. And we've been gambling it to get some gear. That's why we've got very little gold here. We've done a few of the events. Let's see, we've got 58 of the graft blood. We still don't have any body parts, so we can't actually do the league mechanic. I don't know when we find the body parts. We've just been really unlucky so far. And now we can head back to Lion's Eye Watch. I think this is where we get vitality, which is really good. And there we go, there's vitality, or we can get clarity, but we don't really want clarity, we want vitality.
Stay sharp.
Perfect. Right, vitality, equip you in any slot. Boom, there we go. Just like that. We've got loads of health regeneration now.
For some.
And we've got a new item, new armor here. Don't think we want any of these, we're just going to sell them. Where have we gone in the skill tree? So we made our way up the top here for increased damage, more elemental damage. Got retribution for the increased damage and minion damage as well. Got ourselves discipline and training. Down here to sanctuary or sanctity. We are obviously using our totems, so we want to see if we can find a good totem somewhere. Some totem skills. We've got ourselves here Holy Dominion, which increases elemental resistances. We're going to grab Light of Divinity next, because spell damage is a huge one, so I think this counts as a spell. And once we've got that, obviously Holy Flame Totem counts as a spell as well. We can then make our way up to Faith and Steel, gives us some more elemental resistances. And then after that, I'm not sure where we want to go. This is quite a good one, this health regeneration. Or we might get ourselves... honestly, I don't know where to go after this. So we'll just wing it and we'll just go somewhere. Probably this one, Totem Life, Totem Duration, Total Damage. That'd be quite nice. Get a little bit more totem damage. And then you've got some Mace and Scepters skills up here as well. So that can then buff us as well. We can get... Ooh. You can't deal damage with skills yourself, but I get a second totem. That'd be useful. 2 totems. But that's besides the point. And here we are coming to the end of Act 1. We have to just take on Mervale now. Into her lair we go. And we just walk over here. So we've changed our skills up a little bit. So we're still using the totem, but we're also now using Absolution. Which, if I kill any mobs with Absolution, it spawns these minions that fight for me. Obviously the idea of minions is that they'll take a bit of the damage off, so I don't have to worry as much. I will still have to worry, but I won't have to worry as much. And just like that, that should be phase 1 done, completed. Right, now we can just keep taking on all of her minions. You can now focus on her. So these minions, they last for 10 seconds when I use my... Well, once they're summoned. So I just stood in that whirlpool, just, you know, YOLOing the damage. Kind of want to stay out of them if I can. And just like that. So this is a lot better than actually being a melee build, to be quite honest. Having minions, yeah, it's probably going to be the play. Just spam as many minions as possible. You can obviously do this as a witch as well. And just like that, you won't have any totems, but you can do this definitely as a witch. There's absolution just there. So that's Act 1 completed as a Ruthless character. I've got myself some okay-ish gear. And I'll show you what I put on the skill tree in a second. So here. So I went from Holy Dominion to Light of Divinity. Got myself the Faith and Steel. So I'm going to collect all of these to go from Redemption to Spiritual Aid down right across to Righteous Army. Once I've got those, I will then probably make my way up to this one here. So 8% chaos resistance is quite nice. Might be able to give myself a second totem, but totems don't count as minions from my understanding, so this will not make any difference. So yeah, so we're going to grab these and then hopefully grab this. But obviously we're now making our way into Act 2. So the first thing we want to do is be able to get to the forest encampment. And as per usual, we will do this relatively slow time, so hopefully today, now we're in Act 2, we can get halfway through Act 2 maybe. So we'll at least take on maybe 2 of the bandits, maybe even just 1 of the bandits. We'll just see how long these videos are going to take to record, to be quite honest. So I don't want the videos to be ridiculously long. But as you see, we are quite strong. We are level 20, so we did farm a lot. Because as soon as you get to that kind of like a power creep, you get to a certain level of strength, you've done the farming, you should be able to just rest on farming for a while. You see how quick my minions are destroying everything, and here we are. We also have Vitality on our back bar as well for extra health regeneration. And here's Forest Encampment in Act 2, so that is us done. Well, for now. We're obviously going to continue, but let's essentially, I'm going to go and play some Warhammer with the missus. So I'm going to come back and continue recording Act 2. Well, in about 4 hours' time, once we finish playing Warhammer.
You and me, the day.
So we are going to so we decided that we're going to do this eastern right-hand area first. So what does that entail? Well, it entails first taking out this beast, this little cave next to us. I'm going to quickly take the beast out, which is normally quite a safe kill. It's not that strong, but obviously there's always a chance that we will just perish because I'll probably make a stupid mistake. This won't be the first time. Okay, this guy is quite tanky. And let's drop some absolutions over here. There we go. They're all down as well. So I wouldn't mind increasing the attack speed of my minions, but obviously that'd be a future us problem. So we want to go into that hollow there. So on this side, what do we need to do? So we've got this beginning area here with one side quest, which is down in this den just here. And then we have the crossroads. One side of the crossroads takes us to, I think it's the Chambers of Sin, I think it's called. And in the areas of sin, there is like a mini boss in there. It's not particularly tough, but there is like a mini boss in there we can quickly take out. And then from there, we'll then make our way into the Fell Shrine. There is a little boss in the Fell Shrine we can take out as well. Once we've taken out the boss in the Fell Shrine, then we'll go and take on the first of the 3 bandits we want to eradicate. The first 3 bandits being, I can't remember what this was. I can't remember what this one's called in the top left, but yeah, we'll just take out that bandit. And then that'll be it for today's episode, as long as we survive. Which I think there's a good chance. Because we've got relatively decent resistances. For Ruthless, that is. Mainly because we are a Templar, and Templars can be quite tanky. They're not always tanky, but they can be tanky. And obviously this build, if you have minions, those are extra mobs that will take damage on our behalf. So rather than me taking all the damage of all of the enemies, there's at least 4, well, it's shared between, well, technically 5 of us. me, my totem, and 3 of my mobs. So I'm only taking 20% of the damage in theory. Obviously, if I'm stood out there at the front, I'm going to be taking 100% of the damage. But in theory, I could be taking up to 20% of the damage, which is quite good. If you can mitigate the damage just by mitigating onto other entities, it's huge. Okay, and then obviously you can see here this event right here. We can quickly do this. So it'll probably take us in the right direction to the crossroads anyway. Oh, there's a... I think this... Is this Latin for Earth? I think it is. But anyway, another easy kill. We are getting a bit of gold, so we do spend money that we get as into the gamble merchant, because it does give us a chance to get some rares. It's probably the best chance of us getting rares, to be honest. It is quite expensive, but if we're going to try and get rares from killing mobs around the world, we're probably not going to get any rares doing it that way. Let's keep bonking all these down. And down there we go. Almost cleared them all out. The wave. So this is quite manageable now. Obviously earlier, before we had our minions, we were struggling. There we go. Take this one out as well. Take out its rare. See, when it gets like this, it's a bit hectic. That's probably when I should use Enhanced Flame and probably give her a shield as well. And there we go. Oh, definitely want to try and get out of those bombs. Hand mouth. Is this the first? That's the first body part. Amazing. So I can now show you what you do with the body parts, and I can show you the faction, the Keeper League mechanic. So we'll clear this map out. Essentially, we're going to keep going until we find a waypoint. When we get to the waypoint, we'll then go and continue on. When we get to waypoint, we'll go to the Special League mechanic area, which is this really cool mountain area. And yeah, I'd explain the mechanic to you. I'll be able to show you what we need all the graft blood for. Let's just take out all these mobs first. And there we go. There's another level. Awesome. So let's level up our minions first. Oh, I should have checked whether my totems count as a minion, which I don't think they do. It's healer. I don't think she needs health, but she's got it anyway. And just keep bonking everything away. Yeah, Absolution is so strong. You get Absolution when you kill Brutus. There goes, another one cleared, and we got another wound gift, which is good. I'll explain why you want wound gifts later on. Well, as soon as you find this next waypoint, which is always in the middle of the crossroads. So on the crossroads map, you just follow one of the roads, and you'll be in the middle. And there it is. Perfect. Waypoint. Now we can go back, quickly hand in the this first quest, the Great White Beast.
The white.
There we go. We can get ourselves elemental resistances. That's always quite useful to have. So we'll grab that. Right, before we go, let's sell everything in the inventory. And amazing. Definitely wanted to put all those in there, as we actually do want some portal scrolls. And there we just put all the identification scrolls in there. Right, so now we can go from here. You can go click on this top right to go to the Monastery of the Keepers. And here, really cool area. You just run up here.
I welcome you.
You got this graft locker. When you first get this graft locker, make sure you click on the affinity down here, so all of your items will automatically come into this locker. Otherwise, you'll just be obviously filling up your own inventory. So here she tells you all about all the lore, and here's the Genesis tree. So if I click the Genesis tree, I can put so I've only got 1 point at the moment. I've got a few points. So this point in this tree down here. So this bottom tree down here is for the graft items. So graft items are the things that are attached to your back. So we will put this in here. And if we click this button here, it consumes it and it will give me a new graft item. It's this graft item here, which is the thing that's on my back. This is So you can upgrade these, and this gives me a skill. 5 uses level 5 falling crystals. Falling crystals is essentially a mortar, does loads of damage around me. Increase the amount of blood we get. Okay, this one doesn't increase the amount of blood we get, so we want to use another one. Let's use a level 12 one.
She will soon bear fruit.
Let's see if this gives us anything. There is a really good one for... Okay, 35% chance to find mysterious womb gifts. Increase elemental damage with attack skills and gives us level 5 pyre. Okay, we'll grab that. I can put all these into my chest. Okay, now we'll go to the Genesis tree. So here, this one here is for currencies. So I can click this to unlock it. And if I had any currency gifts, which I don't, I'll be able to use this. So here, get an extra roll on a rare loot table. So I've unlocked this one here. So this will give me a 10% chance to get an additional item. We want items. So this node, so it's completely free to refund. So I can apply points. I can refund points. So I can refund this one here. So let's say I want weapons rather than armor, because this is additional items, and these are the type of items we're going to get. Let's say I just want armor, 400% chance to get armor. Then let's say I want it to be helmet or body armor. I can click on that one up there. But we're just going to do that. So we're going to put 1 point into this, which we already have. 1 point into additional equipment. And then we want to put that next into... Let's increase the rarity. Apply. So we want rare items.
The Genesis
then you
tree
can
accepts your offering.
So we've got a sword there, not the best. You can put a few more into here. And this is some gauntlets, once again not the best. And there we go. So we've got a buckler, once again not the best for us.
The tree accepts your gift.
There we go. So we've made the tree happy. We've leveled it up. So we've got 2 points to spend down here. So we can get ourselves modified tier rating, increase the rarity, and then +1 to item level. So we can get that. We can commit another one onto there. So we're using up all of the blood we've gotten so far. Okay, that's not particularly that great, so that's fine. And each time you level up the tree, this is essentially these quests here. Finding body parts unlocks another area. So finding another body part will give us unique items, I believe. But then more blood you spend. If I spend 200 more blood, which I don't have 200 more blood, I'll then get some more points to spend. So let's refund all of these. Apply. So let's go to birthed, increase rarity. And then let's get a point into... So we want armor. And I think we want some boots. Let's start off with some boots. And then if we click up here, we get 10% chance for additional item. Go. So let's try and get ourselves some boots. I can put some more items into here.
She will soon bear fruit.
You can click directly on it straight away. There we go. So we are missing some good boots. And we're still missing some good boots because they're kind of rubbish. You can get some... we could have put points into more likely to have strength requirements. But hey, that's for future us. So that's roughly how the mechanic works. It's not the best, but it is pretty cool. And then having this hand later on can be quite useful, because now I should have Molten Strike. Oh, it does the spell on its own. Okay, never mind. So sometimes these require you to cast the spell itself. Looks like we don't have to on this one. So where were we? We'll quickly sell everything in our inventory. Just like that. Perfect. Thank you very much, game.
Going?
Oh, I didn't sell the boots. There we go. Right, now let's go back to the crossroads. We've got these 3 areas to clear out. The first one we go to will be up here on the top left. There you go. Just quickly bonk all his enemies down. I'm not too worried about killing every single mob, to be quite honest. Let's just run through. So this is level 15 area. We are level 21, so we're 6 levels above. So yeah, like I said, I'm not worried about all these mobs. If I can keep my minions alive, so obviously they last for 10 seconds, so every 10 seconds, if I kill something every 10 seconds, I can just try and keep them up, because then they'll automatically start killing things as we go. So in here as well, I believe there's an ascendancy trial in here as well, so we will want to do that.
The lair of a toy maker with pretensions of godhood.
So we will have to be a bit careful later on as well as we're playing through on these characters, because some bosses won't have ads or minions for you to be able to kill to be able to get the absolution mobs to spawn. So you have to be a bit careful. As you see, we are still lagging a little bit. I think it might actually be my PC lagging. I don't know why. I think it's a network issue with my PC. It's just, it doesn't like my new internet. I can't play Battlefield 6 at all on this internet. I know it's slightly different to what we're doing now, but we can't play Battlefield 6 at all on this internet. I don't know why. It works on my missus's computer, just not on mine. The EA just refuses to load. So I think there's an issue between my computer and the new router. Chamber of Sins level 2. Nice and quick through there. So this place... Oh, the Beastmaster's here. So Beastmaster's a previous addition to the game. What I think is like one of the first leagues this game had was the Beastmaster. And he just gives you a task to take out a load of mobs in the area. So there's obviously one here. It's the Dread Tooth. And, okay, we took a bit of damage there. Kind of want Consecration down. So Consecration is a automatic buff you get if you're around your totem. At least not every totem gives it. A Holy Fire Flame Totem, like the one we've got, will give it to you. It also does something to the enemies. I can't remember what it does to the enemies. Okay, here's another one of the enemies. One of the other hunts. And he's down. Awesome. Just waiting for the NPC to capture him.
This one is
there we go. Ah, okay, that's the first time I ever captured that one apparently. Nice. Okay, there is a rare mob down here. There he is. Dim kill the Annihilator. You mean the Annihilated. Okay, it's almost down. Awesome. Right, let's just keep running through. I'm not too worried about doing the entire hunt, to be quite honest. I do just want to get through this. I'm not going to try and speed through the entire act, but there's some parts of it like this. I do just want to get through it. These league mechanics are quite easy when they're inside like this, so I'm just going to run straight to the summon.
This world isn't yours to conquer.
Right, let's quickly take on Horror Crusher. Okay, he's down, perfect. So on maps like this, it's nice and easy fighting against these mobs, because they can normally only come from one or two different directions. So you just hold down right click, the way they're going to come, and you're probably going to catch most of them out. Okay, let's drop down another Consecration for myself, or a totem. And down we go, so they're coming from the south again.
Almost there.
There we go, and that's a level. Awesome. So we're not going to put the level down just yet. We're going to see if the totems count as minions. Obviously, I am a noob at this game. I definitely don't have the game knowledge just yet. Obviously, I'm still working on it. I don't want to stop playing, because I do really enjoy Path of Exile 1. I definitely enjoy it more than Path of Exile 2. That's a good armor, with a good amount of connections as well. Yeah, definitely enjoy this more than Path of Exile 2. Right, so Holy Totem, 7, 12, 11, 18. 7, 12, 11, 18. Okay, so that doesn't affect... This doesn't affect my totems, which is good to know. Good to know. So my totem damage is going to drop off slowly.
I must have time to gather my will.
And on that, so now when my guys start spawning, they should do a lot more damage now. Okay, let's just keep chasing this one guy. We will get to a point where I don't think they can automatically cast this spell on their own, so they won't need me to keep spamming Absolution. I can't remember off the top of my head. Right, there's a rare magical item here. Let's grab that. So we're just going to jump back in when we get to the boss at the end of this area. I know there is obviously the Ascendancy Trial is probably going to be there. I don't tend to have any issues with the Ascendancy Trials. So yeah, we'll just jump in when we get to the boss at the end of this. And here it is. So conveniently we have both the mini boss and the hunting mini-boss in the same room. Hunting mini-boss is this gore lash in this corner. The actual boss is Fidellatus, the morning. Yeah, I won't be able to pronounce that after a drink or two. But anyway, one down.
I am no beast.
Now let's try and take on. Is my inventory full? It is full. Okay, interesting. Let's make room for this, I guess. I'm not too fussed. I let my minions keep fighting while I make room. Just like that. Okay, I don't think all my minions are now dead. There we go, that should do. Torture cage, there we go. I don't really care about that superior there. Okay, so this Absolution has a chance, if you're hitting rares, 25% chance to spawn some of these sentinels. That's always useful. And this guy's really tanky. Let's try and take him down. We'll get nice and close to him, so my totem also hits him as well. And he's down. Loads of gold for us, thank you much. And we got Baleful Gem is the quest item we needed from this. So this is now this area cleared. Okay, there's some random mobs here to kill as well. Perfect, to give a bit of experience. Beastmaster, yeah. Don't really care too much about your stuff. I'm sure, I think that's how you make some gems or something later on. So we've got Brand Recall, don't need that. Wave of Conviction. Expanding wave surges forward, damaging enemies in a cone shape over a duration, okay. Arcane Cloak spends a proportion of your mana to grant a buff that takes some of the damage from the hits. Retaliate against a blocked hit with Surge of Divine Power. So I'm feeling that Wave of Conviction could be the one. Although this doesn't sound too bad, because it sounds like a block. Spends a portion of your mana to grant a buff that takes some of the damage from hits for you until depleted. Grants additional add-in lightning damage based on the amount of mana spent by the skill. Yeah, we'll go for that.
Return if you must.
And we can put that into there. There we go. It's going to be my W skill now. I don't think there's any other quest rewards here.
The road.
I gave the piety led us.
Yeah, no more quest rewards just for now. That's fine. I just bought this from the Gamble Merchant. Huge amount of armor, increased armor, loads more armor, life, and lightning resistance. So yeah, we'll definitely take that. No room for Glacial Hammer though. That's a shame. I don't use that anyway. That's fine. We'll keep hold of Glacial Hammer. We might be able to use it some other time. I have been keeping hold of as many gems as I can, just in case we ever need them on another. Although this is a hardcore solo Self Found, all the items are kept within the stash for other hardcore solo Self Founds on the Ruthless League. So I don't have to start from zero again. That's it. That's the only reason why I've been keeping things. But I don't think I would ever use Glacial Hammer. It's not very good. Okay, there is an event up here. Let's grab this. And slowly watch everything drop if we can. Okay, you did take a big hit there. And okay, we didn't quite kill as many as I wanted to. And we got another gift. Nice. So we... Oh, Chaos Orb. Always useful. Always useful. Yeah, so we ideally want as much Graft Blood as we can. Just so we can continue to level up the tree. And there we go to the Fell Shrine Ruins. This place has like I think it's a side boss. Which I think we might just skip. I've never got any good loot from her. So we might just skip. And yeah, because the only reason why we're really doing this area is I'm pretty sure within the ruins there is an ascendancy. What's it called? The ascendancy trial. So we'll probably just jump back in when we get to the ascendancy trial. To be honest, looking at how long this video has been going on for. Yeah, if we fight a boss, we'll jump back in. If we don't fight a boss, we'll be when we get to this area to the north against the first of the 3 bandits. We'll just jump in because. We are quite tanky. We're taking a lot of damage. We can survive. Yeah, I don't really see us having much of a threat at the moment. Oh, Something you can do in Act 2 is just here in the Broken Bridge. You've got this weird little camp. This little camp, if you open their jewellery cache, these will all get very angry, and you want to get out of it as soon as you can, and then you can fight them. They don't particularly like you stealing from them, which makes sense. So it's always quite good to take these out, because they do drop a lot of amulets or some jewellery. So there's fire resistance there, lightning resistance. So we can go for fire resistance on one, and lightning resistance on the other. You've got an amulet here. You've got one. Shame it's dexterity. And yeah, it's fine. So that's not too bad. So our resistances now have shot up 65, 37, 69. Nice, 69. Obviously, we still need a belt. Still missing those. That nice belt. We're going to now go and take on the first of the 3 bandits. Made our way up here. So we now have spiritual aid. We're going to hopefully get righteous army soon. Once we get righteous army, we're probably going to beeline straight up here and grab ourselves minion life. And then get ourselves sacrifice. Then we're going to come across here to minion attack speed and cast speed and grab this one as well. That'd be quite nice to have. And then after that, I have no idea where we're going to go. Yeah, there's a few places we could go, but I think we're quite safe if we go down those. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else we can grab. But I think that's going to be it for now. Yeah, that's just going to be it for now.
Have time to gather my will.
And obviously you can see how strong we are. Well, how strong our minions are now, because they do the same damage as we do with our absolution. So they are going to be absolutely mincing any mobs that spawn. Now, if I can get them the attack speed buff as well, they should be attacking pretty quick. Because whatever affects me affects them as well. There we go, that guy's down. There's a large life, great life. Okay, we don't actually need that. So, have the 3 bandits. One of them spawns in this map, obviously, in the Broken Bridges. You can choose what buff you want. So, there's 3 bandits. If you decide to kill all 3, you get a certain buff. If you help one of them, it will get a certain buff. So, I tend to help. Is it Alia? Illyria? Illyria is definitely not Illyria. Elira? Something along those lines. I tend to help her because she gives you plus 15% all resistances. So this guy, if I help him, I get movement speed. If I kill him, see, I kill him. So we don't really want the movement speed. Although movement speed is quite useful. Especially 8%. Obviously, so we see whether we get anything decent from this. So you can drop some interesting drops as well. No, we've got nothing for him. Okay, that's fine. So that is this quest done. We're going to head back to town, and that's going to end today's video. So we made our way most of the way through Act 2. We're now going to get rid of these spare rings now. So we are about halfway through. So hopefully next week we'll finish Act 2, and then we can make our way to obviously Act 3. But as per usual, if you've made it this far, thank you much for watching. Have a couple of links in the description down below. First link is to the community Discord. If you want to join the community, small community, slowly growing. You're all more than welcome to join. Then we also have 2 YouTube channels down below as well. One is to Mrs Rothmers YouTube channel called One Nerd to Rule Them All. It's all about fantasy lore. If you like Lord of the Rings and Warhammer, she covers all that type of stuff. Then we also have a joint YouTube channel called Nerdy Miniatures, which is once again all about the Warhammer tabletop, where we're currently painting, building, battling. We're doing some live streams as well on there as well. So if that's the type of stuff you like, have a look over there. So have a wonderful day, everyone, and peace out.